Hey Pinewood families, this is Mr. Nitz. Today is Thursday, March 19th, and here's what's going on today. First, tonight I want to try something new at 7:30 tonight. Today's Thursday, so Thursday, March 19th at 7:30. I want to try a YouTube live event, and basically what this means is that I'll be on a video that'll be live for your students. And you, if you choose to watch. And students will be able to write comments in the bottom and ask questions in the bottom. I'm hoping that maybe this will be a chance for the students to talk to each other a little bit just via the text that they type in the bottom, but also to be able to hear from me live and maybe have me answer some of their questions. In fact, students will probably start off the video for the first moment or two almost like a circle. I really miss talking with you guys about life, and we'll start with a weather report just like normal, and we will kind of return to some normalcy if we can. So that's tonight at 7:30, YouTube live event. Just look for it just like you look for these videos, and you should be able to find it there. Today, students, even before we get into our schoolwork, hoping to talk about two other things real quick. The first one is that when you're stuck at home, or you're able to go out a little bit, or some of you have really been stuck in your homes, it can really start to feel sad, and you can start to just think about yourself. And so I would encourage you today to think about a way that you can serve other people. This way that you can show that you care about other people, writing notes, sending FaceTime messages to people, sending a letter in the mail to grandma or to somebody else, delivering something, making cookies or something like that that you can drop off to somebody's house. Obviously, you have to deal with your parents with that one and figure out how could we get them to their house, whether it means walking them down the street to a neighbor and dropping them off in their house, or dropping them off at somebody that you know from the community that maybe is stuck at home, somebody that's elderly. A way that you can really feel better about yourself is doing something great for somebody else. So I would encourage you today and over the weekend to look for something like that to do. Next, I haven't really talked in the videos much about the fact that you are missing all of your specials classes. So gym and art and music and STEM. And so especially gym, art, and music are probably the ones that are going to get left behind. And so I would encourage you, first, when it comes to art and music, figure out something to do. Whether it means just drawing or painting, get out some of those materials that maybe you haven't used since kindergarten or first grade that are down in the basement or in a closet somewhere, and show your artistic side. Do something creative and go to it. Maybe it's even have something to do with technology. You could do something on the computer. You could do something art. You could create a video, something like that. When it comes to gym, really, I know we have gym on Mondays, but you should be doing something that involves physical activity every day. Even if it means doing stretches, look for YouTube exercise videos. Ask your parents if you're allowed to go for a run up and down your subdivision street. Go for a walk as a family. Do something physically active every day. It's going to make you feel a lot better. It's going to be good to just get out of the house, and you don't have to be around other people to do that. Just either yourself by yourself or with your family. All right, well, let's dig into your work for today. First, you should be on episode 4 of Liberty's Kids. And as a student mentioned yesterday in the YouTube comments section, we still should be keeping some spy files. I know that's been kind of brushed aside for a day or two here, but by now you should have people like George Washington, Ben Franklin, Thomas Jefferson, Paul Revere, a few other people in your spy files. Let's get some notes on them there. And you should have highlighted your first lesson. The first one of those 4 or 5 that I printed off, you should have highlighted. I know that a few parents have asked me about those, and those lessons look like this, and they are already brief, but what I'm looking for is to see if students can highlight the most important words. Like I'm going to read this one right here from lesson 5. Boston became a leading center of patriot protest. Because of this, Britain sent more soldiers to Boston. I would probably say patriot protest and British soldiers to Boston. So it's that getting it down to just a couple words, something very brief that students can complete that by highlighting it and picking out important words. This is a good reader skill as well as the social studies content. In your SMJ, you're going to be reading working on page 108 and 121A. That's 108 and 121A. Page 121A has some story problems on it, and it asks for a number sentence. All a number sentence is, what are the numbers you used to solve the problem? So that might have been a confusing phrase we can clear up. Again, continue to practice your multiplication facts. Reading. Today you should be back on Raz-Kids, and you should be reading stories that have quizzes attached to them. You should also be reading from another book besides your reading in Raz-Kids. If you're doing both of those things in any given day, whether it's Raz-Kids and another book or Hatchet in another book, you really should be getting close to an hour of reading each day. That'd be a good goal to set, and maybe you even need to set a timer on your phone or on the stove or the microwave or something like that that shows a timer that you're getting an hour logged in every day. Next, in writing, you should be revising and editing your persuasive essay. Your cards should be done. You should have written a rough draft or typed a rough draft, or should be doing that today, and then revising and editing. Inside your writer's folder, which most of you have at home, you have a reviser's checklist and an editor's checklist. Those are specific things to do to improve the quality of your writing. Not just saying like, oh, yeah, it looks good, but really making those changes to your writing. This is work that we do as writers all the time in our class, and so students should be good to do this on their own. I'll try to attach a picture of that in the remind messages today so that you can use that as a reference tool as well. Don't forget, as far as the remind messages are concerned, please have students sign up for the remind as well. I know many of them have phones and tablets. I've still only got maybe 6 or 7 that are on my remind. Students can text at Mr. Nitz to the number 81010. So the at sign, MRNITZ, to the number 81010. A reminder that the building will be open again today, and last and most importantly, have students log on to YouTube tonight, and we're going to have that live event at 7:30, and they won't want to miss it. It'll be good to just let students drop in some comments in the comment section and talk to each other, as well as for them to be able to just be together, even if it's just virtually, but still be together. Thanks, and have a great day.